be in the flow, be in surrender, let life move you. But where is your intention inside of that? So it's like there's a map that you're in flow, but there's a direction, right? There's a place that you're headed. We've all come here with a divine purpose, traveling on a stream of cosmic dust from the stars into our mother's wombs, born into this precious life. It is no accident that you are here, my love, on earth, in this moment, in this body. You are here longing to find your place, to align with your purpose, to embody your passions and to live into the dreams of your heart. Yet so often we get caught, suspended in the tangle of life, not able to move forward, not able to find solace and comfort in a world that has forgotten the truth of our existence. As we begin to remember, as we peel back the layers, as we come together to uncover our unique gifts and reconnect with our authentic selves, we are able to see another way of being, a new possibility, a different life waiting to be lived. I have experienced on this complicated and wild journey of life that when we connect with the story of our soul, it will show us the magic of this life that we have been missing. It will open a window into the very heart of who we truly are, of who we came here to be, and gives us answers to our ever-asking why. Hello, my beloved souls. Thank you for tuning in today. We have our guest episode today, our monthly feature, and I just love these episodes. And I love the people that are willing to show up and be with me in these spaces, right? And to go deep and to really look at something from this expanded viewpoint. And so Cynthia is here with us today, and she is going through a divorce at the time of this recording. And what we see is how this experience is really growing her stronger. And it also is inviting her to live in her body and to really pay attention to where she's putting her energy during this time so that she can really be grounded in the foundation she is creating for the next iteration of her life. And so we look at really ways where she can ground in to the body and be connected to herself rather than be distracted, right? And kind of be pulled in all these different directions of mom, possible new relationship, work, and how important it is for her to really utilize this time that she has. She's in a portal of transformation, and how important it is to be committed to that portal as the launching pad, right, for what's next, for the next chapter. And now, as we dive in, we see that Cynthia grew up with a narcissistic parent. And this created a lot of patterns of people-pleasing, don't cause problems, right? And also this lack of ability to feel safe in her environment, in her surroundings. And the information that comes through for her is really about how she's alchemizing these lessons, her soul lessons, through her divorce, right? Because so often we recreate our parental relationships inside of our marital relationships. And they are huge opportunities for us to clear karma, generational trauma, and really heal things that our soul came here to learn and to grow through. So the invitation is for Cynthia to really lean into that and to prioritize herself inside of that, right? Because when you prioritize yourself first, when you become the first thing on your to-do list, and obviously, right, you're not a to-do item, but it can help. I schedule myself onto my calendar. I put my free time on there. I put my workout time on there. I put my friend time on there, my meditation time on there. And then I build my calendar around that. And the invitation is for Cynthia to really do this, right? To be committed to prioritizing herself, because in every other aspect of her life and your life will benefit from being prioritized. So as you're listening, think about these things, right? Inside yourself, where in your life are you needing to ground, needing to become embodied, needing to soothe your nervous system, needing to prioritize yourself in devotion, right? Self-devotion, in devotion to the next iteration of you. And on that thread, right, before we dive into the episode, 2026, it is right around the corner. Who are you going to be? What do you want to unearth and reclaim in 2026, right? These are incredibly transformational times. It is wildly, wildly like just the essence of what we can learn for our soul lessons right now is so up for humanity. And I encourage you to take advantage of that. And this is why I've created the journey. We are exploring together in a held sacred space where we are exploring all these things that we talk about on this podcast, all the things about your spiritual healing, your spiritual awakening, right? Becoming awakened, embodied, empowered. These are the 3 pillars of what I do and what I'm here to share with you. There's a link in the show notes. The next portal of the journey opens February 1st. And as soon as you sign up, you will be entered into our Telegram channel. And that is going to open on January 1st. And you get an extra month of coaching from me, spiritual mentoring with me, and a community of women that are really devoted to the path, right? That are showing up for themselves and each other and this process that we're all in. So there's a link in the show notes. If you have any questions, reach out. The journey is beckoning you. I love you. Enjoy the episode with Cynthia. Hi, Cynthia. Welcome to the podcast. How can I help you today?
Hi, Sarah. So I am currently going through a divorce and I'm in the midst of selling my house and moving, and I have 2 teenage sons. So I guess my question is, I feel convicted that I'm doing the right thing. I just maybe some validation from spirit or just some kind of insight about when am I going to get to the other side of the hard part.
Thank you. And yeah, those are, tough and challenging times. And yet you feel really grounded in your knowing that this is the true path forward for you. So what I feel in you, right, as you're talking and as you're saying, it's like there's these structures that are like back channels coming down my back. And what I feel, this process is growing you stronger. Like you're already strong, yet this is something different. This feels really purposeful. It feels that it's intended for whatever this next chapter you're moving into. It's almost like they're erecting structures in your field and in your body through these moments, right? These challenges that you're walking through. Each one you show up for, and each one you embrace, and each one you decide to do something differently in. You're building this infrastructure inside your being that is going to be part of your next iteration of who you are. So that's what I feel initially. When I share that with you, what comes up for you?
That definitely resonates. I do think I think the actual, movement towards this was courageous to begin with, but I do feel like I am growing stronger kind of by the day and more resolved in who I am and why I'm doing this.
I feel a lot of energy in your head. And so how are you at sort of dropping out of your thoughts and being more in your body when things get really hard?
It's definitely not a strong suit. I tend to live in my head for sure.
This is a big part of your journey. Like this is what you're being called to, and they're building this infrastructure, the scaffolding inside your body so that you can come out of your head and live in your body and feel safe, and feel secure in your body. So I get the sense that a big part of the reason that you do live in your head is there's still some unprocessed things from the past that keep you out of your body. It's like your safe space. Like you go up in your head and you feel like you're in control. And even though the thoughts may be racing and you're not really in control of the thoughts, it gives you a sense of control. Like, I know how to think this through. I know how to come up with solutions. I can do it. And in that model, right? Like, yes, there's resilience in that model. There's courage. There's a lot of intelligence. Yet it's a very small part of the picture. And when you can allow yourself to sift through some of these things and calm yourself so that you can come into your body, you'll realize that there's a lot more support available from your body. Like it's giving all the kudos to the mind, and you're forgetting that the body is highly intelligent.
Okay.
So, what are some of the things you do to bring yourself back into your body?
Well, I definitely exercise regularly. I try to get outside and do walks and all of that consistently. I certainly meditate a lot more now than I used to. I probably don't do as much yoga as I should. I don't know. I'm open to suggestions for sure.
Those are all beautiful practices. They really are. And like, getting outside and being in nature is really, really soothing, and the body really can absorb a lot of the energy and help bring you into your body. As you're talking and saying these things, you're bringing me to your root and sacral chakra, sort of in your pelvis, right? The first and second chakra. And this is where I sense that it's not necessarily full fight or flight, but it is a sense of uncertainty. Like your nervous system is on high alert, and it comes from this place. Like you're being grounded, feeling safe, like no matter what. So, what do you know about this part of you and feeling safe?
Well, I definitely think it's complicated, but I had a narcissistic parent growing up. And I think because of that, I became a people pleaser and an accommodator so that my primary focus was making sure everybody else was doing well and all things were good. And I didn't want to make waves and I didn't want to be a problem and couldn't really be a child who whined and cried and caused problems. So I think that definitely translated into my marriage for sure. I was always the super accommodating one. And I think it's been a huge challenge to all of a sudden kind of break that persona, by saying, this isn't working for me anymore. But yeah, I guess you're really not safe to just be who you are when you're constantly worried about everybody else.
And I get that too, right? We have these things that happen to us in our childhood, and then as a way for our souls to grow and expand through them, we recreate some version of it in our marriages, in our relationships, in our adult life. So this is really another gift of your divorce, right? And your ability to say, you know what? This just is not okay with me anymore. And that takes a heck of a lot of courage when you come from parenting structures like yours. So this actually is going to be a really, really powerful and potent place for you to explore. And I experience that if you're willing to do it now, while you are in the portal, right? The ink is not on the paper yet. But this time is really powerful for you to untangle some of these things in yourself, to find somebody who can support you and to dive into some of that stuff around your parents. When you do get that ink on the paper, you're going to be a very different person if you choose to look at this now, because you're being given, like, you're in this portal of soul growth, is how I see it. And it's not an accident that things are working out this way. And so turning towards it in an even deeper way than you have, right? Courage is the first step. Leaving is the first step. Visioning the future, like knowing that there is the good and the fun and the happiness that is waiting for you, right? That it's there. I can feel it. It feels really bright and sunny, actually. To have that even more deeply and even more, I feel it just like seeping through your life, like absorbed into all of you. This gets to get looked at. I'm not saying you won't have that without it, but you'll have an even better version of it if you choose to use this time to unpack some of those things.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You're looking for something to do. There's your little list of to do. Look at this.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I definitely have spent some time and energy over the past couple of years, like understanding all of this better. But I guess that kind of comes back to the mind thing. Like, yes, I understand it, but how do I then move through it?
Yeah. How do you alchemize it is the way I like to think of it.
Yeah, exactly. And get it out of my head and into my body and understand and become that amazing, sunny, happy, joyous person with an extraordinary life.
Because it's the foundation, right? And we have to have a strong foundation in order to be able to sustain the version of the life that we see.
Right. Okay, so how do I do that?
You know, getting a therapist, having a
Yes,
coach.
I've got one of those.
Okay. Energy work is going to be really helpful for you, because just how you're crawling up out of your body and out of those lower chakras, having some energetic tools and energy work to help strengthen that lower part of your body and rebuild it, right? Reconstruct it, and then help you with the different beliefs that are still circulating in there. So it could be a really good combo of therapy, coaching, and energetic work. So you're working it on all the levels. And movement, which you're doing a lot of, right? Committing to movement, being outside, giving yourself permission. Like, that's what they're saying. It's like there's part of you that's like, well, I still have to be a mom and I still have to do this and I have to do that. And it's like, yeah, I get it. All that is true. And you are the most important person in your life. And when you serve yourself first, you can serve your children better. You can serve the divorce better. You can serve your work better, your purpose.
Right. Okay.
So prioritizing you and this last leg of the journey, because it's not forever, right? There is an end point. So really intentionally creating, what do you want this leg of this journey to be? Not just kind of allowing, like there is definitely, right? Be in the flow, be in surrender, let life move you. But where is your intention inside of that? So it's like there's a map that you're in flow, but there's a direction, right? There's a place that you're headed.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. How can I support you from here?
Well, I do have a sort of crazy, I don't know if I would call it intuition or an instinct about a person who I have never met, but is like a public figure. So I feel very connected to this person. And I have heard from other spiritual type people that we may have been connected in a previous life. So I guess maybe my question is this somebody that I'm going to be linking back up with in this life, or do I need to put it away outside of my mind. Are you getting anything about that?
Okay, let me feel into that for you. So I do feel there's a connection, right? Like it's behind me. So past life feels like it was painful. I don't know if anybody else has shared that with you. Like it feels like there was a lot that you learned in that life, but there was also a lot of pain that went along with it. When I put it out in front of me, like it's encapsulated. And the way that the word that comes with it is distraction. So this coming, and I'm reading for like now. This energy is about now.
Okay.
Feels like, how do I want to say this? It feels like when I see you and I see you with this, it's like there's so much energy flowing out of you just in this frame, right? Connected to this. And the way that I see that, it's like, okay, yeah, it could be a nice distraction. It could be something like that we could journey further into the future and kind of say, okay, what's happening now? But when I read it for now, it's almost like it's wasting your energy to be thinking about it in any kind of deeper way right now. Like, keep it light, keep it fun. Like, oh, maybe what? Oh, and be in that kind of like little giggly girl kind of way. Like, if you want to be engaged with it, but keep it very surface because there's something way deeper that's going on in your being right now. What you are walking inside of right now, and I have goosebumps as I'm saying this to you, it is so part of why your soul is here. It is a big part of what you came here to learn, is to walk this path and to walk it with intention and to harvest from it as much soul growth as you can. So be really committed to that. And then let this other thing, like I see it, it's encapsulated right now, which means it's there, right? Like I'm seeing it, but it's like, it wants to be walled off from you right now because this thing you're doing wants your full attention.
Okay. Okay. I can do that. That sounds like exactly the advice that I needed. Thank you.
Because otherwise, you're just leaking energy into a different timeline, into the past, into the future, and you need it all for now, sweetheart, to walk this path.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
So just keep it light, right? Like what we're talking is depth. We're down in these deeper places in your being and your soul and your spiritual journey. And that for now, it's like, yeah, you can have that part of like your dream world or your, like just that thing, like you need a little pick me up sometime, but don't make that deep. Don't bring that into this deep place because you'll also, if there is a potential for it to happen, you'll corrupt whatever could happen in the future because you're bringing it into a deeper moment that's asking for something different from you.
Okay. So don't get distracted by it at this moment, is what you're saying.
Not in a deep place.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Does this feel like an okay place to land for today?
Sure. This has been amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure.